How much racism is there in your country?
A lot.
Have you been the victim of racism? What do you do when you see racism against others?
Mind my business.
Have you ever seen anything done to help stamp out racism? In what country do you think racism is the worst? Why are people racist? Who is the biggest racist that you know? If I had this, I'd say my sister. My sister is the biggest racist I know.
I would say my dad was. I would say when I kicked my head, but he's gone. He can't. Dad.
Sure you want me to put that?
Yeah. He was. He was running a little white Pittsburgh, a little white community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is racism getting worse or disappearing in your country?
Disappearing.
And what kind of world would there be if there was no racism? More friendly, I think.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Okay, guys, go over what you guys All right, who's next? Raise your hand if you were surprised by what you heard. Anybody surprised by what you heard? Any unexpected answers? You guys are so absolutely accustomed to it that you had no surprises on any of these questions?
Not really.
What does that tell you?
Racism is just such a common thing.
It's the norm.
It's a pointless activity. Now,
It's learned.
my friend.
It's learned.
Oh. Cedric, you just said kind of silly things, brother. Forget I work for the joint. All right. All right, so, and answer this for me, somebody, if you are willing. Why are people racist?
Learned.
Oh, really?
It's learned and it's genetic. I think at the beginning of time.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
It's learned and it's genetic.
Yes, that's not true.
My dad is one of the most racist people you'll ever meet.
I think it's more learned or.
No. I don't mean from father to son. I mean since humans evolved and we learned to fight other people from other tribes and we distinguish them by certain characteristics. And not to mean that everyone's racist.
I would think racism is no different from the fact that I'll make fun of a white person just as easily as I'll make fun of anybody else. But because the person's a different color, they're going to say it's racist.
No, sorry, I'm not racist.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Like, my family, there's a lot of people in my family that are racist.
Okay.
And a lot of people, where we live, that are very racist. Like I was saying earlier, there's people like down the road that they fly Confederate flag outside their house. But then the other thing is, like, I went to school with one black kid. So all of high school, elementary school, middle school, high school, one black kid.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, my family is racist, and, like, I'm not saying that I'm racist, but I do have a lot of the same beliefs that they do.
Okay.
I would never go off and hit a black guy because he's black, or hit a Mexican because he's black, or go off and call a black guy the N-word because he's black. You know what I mean? But if he were to start something with me, I'd have no problem telling him what I think of him. I'm not gonna go like that.
I think it's a bit learned. I think it's learned too. Like, I lived in Canyon for a little bit, and I think I saw like 2 black people while I was there. And if you come from a neighborhood where they teach you, like, how do I say? I think we kind of oppress people here. I think the black people have been oppressed. And as far as I'm concerned, you lock somebody up in a cage and tell them they're an animal for long enough, they're gonna be in it. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have different behaviors. And when you go to like like I'm from New York, so I'm used to everybody. If you go to a city like where I'm from, and you already have this attitude about people, and then you see 2 black people fighting, you're gonna be like, see, it's true. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna find the smallest little thing that might back up your claim because that's what you were taught your entire life.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What are Asians like?
Oh,
They're smart.
They're smart and they're stubborn. I know a couple of
They're
them.
smart, they're stubborn. What are Asians like?
They like to take lots of pictures.
They like to take pictures.
What do you mean by what are they like?
I know. Okay, so Asian, guys, listen. Asian, is that an ethnic group or a racial group? Ethnic. Right. What are African Americans like? Are they smart? Do they like to take a lot of pictures? No. It's true.
I mean-
They're tourists. Wow, right? Okay, so the thing about this is, guys, I thought it would actually pull you guys a little, in a little bit more direction than it did. But the truth is that is a lesson in itself. You're dull, man, so am I. You're dull to these kind of concepts.
Oh, yeah.
See that about yourself? See, there's nothing about this that surprises me. This is a unnecessary exercise. But when I asked you that, did you see what you did? What are Asians like? They're smart, man. They like to take pictures. Okay. Go ahead.
Does that mean like, though, like, I happen to think racism is hilarious. Like, comics, there's comics that talk about race, like, that's the funniest stuff ever. Like, I'm sorry, but.
What are people from Canyon City like? Oh my gosh.
I can't.
They are very racist. Yeah. Go ahead, dude.
Like I said, I got a few more, a lot more stuff, like my grandpa's stuff that were in Vietnam, my great uncles were in Vietnam.
Listen.
None of my family likes Oriental people.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're bad people. I don't know them. I don't know what they like. I don't know who they are. But I grew up just hearing bad things about them,
Okay.
so I wouldn't take the time to get to know them.
That's why I would say with social background.
Which is why I wouldn't call
Well,
myself.
what is this family-based perception
I'm a
on?
believer of getting to know people.
We have to define race. Racism.
Yeah, conflict.
What would you define racism? I'm thinking racism is just, pointing someone else out because of their race, whether it be negative or not.
Okay.
I thought it was the hatred towards a whole entire group rather than
You're gonna kind of
singling
see what
people out.
the, yeah, it is, but he's right too. It's emotional, sway. Yeah.
Also, emotions involved, okay.
Yeah. It's just like we were talking about Barack Obama and we said, were you swayed by him positively or negatively? Based on race. same concept. Okay, go ahead. You read, please.
In our class, we just learned about the lady that created the Vietnam Memorial, and she was actually Asian, and a lot of people took offense to that, that she was the one that created this for all these American soldiers that went and died, and then she was also a woman. They thought that she could have no, like, perspective on what that memorial was supposed to be, or symbolize, or that she was degrading, like, the American people, because it was black memorial, and they thought it looked like a scar and everything, and now it's like the standard for memorials. Now that people have passed it a little bit more, that she's like held in like the highest regard, like her memorial, but if someone, like say the his family or something didn't know, you know, they look at the memorial, they think it's great, but then they're gonna think something different once they find out who made it, a woman, an Asian woman. I don't know. I think they're looking too far into it. You should kind of like base people on what kind of person versus what they look like.
You didn't get your chapter 9 that you just turned in. Who's like chapter 9?
Oh, yeah.
My chapter 9.
What's your name?
Me neither. I thought you were talking, you know.
Yeah, I thought they were the old ones.
Yeah, I thought you were the first two, and it's four.
Talking about that.
Let's go to chapter 9. What is the last name? Jones, but look down and see if you have Levi's on your paper. Now we got one by one.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question. I forgot you said you'd get to me. I'm sorry. It's probably a bit of a risky question to ask you, but do you think like with the treatment that minorities get, especially blacks that get in this country, do you think that because I was going to make a statement before where I said if you lock somebody up in a cage and you tell them long enough that they're an animal, they're going to start behaving like one. Do you think that might affect, like, because, I mean, how do I say this without sounding bad? You know what I'm trying to get at, right? Like, and
I don't think so. I think maybe it was upon a time, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not trying to say that they're animals.
You
Or,
accept the stereotype?
no, I don't accept it.
No, that you as an individual, if you receive the stereotyping, you accept the stereotype.
No, yeah, well, and you start to, like if I was to take somebody from any race or whatever and sit there and talk down to them for so long, do you think that a person might start behaving like what everybody thinks they are? I mean...
If you know anything about psychology, it happens.
Well, I mean, I'm a psych major, but I was asking her
I think
to kind of reinforce it.
historically, maybe more.
What's that?
There's a reason why things have continued.
Did you get your paper, Greg?
Yeah, that's what I was...
You tell them that they're criminals, no good, or they are going to become a false light.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I just kind of wanted to reinforce that, so...
Look at the psychology, rejection. They did
That's
studies where they told little kids, you will totally get mad. You need a whole group of kids.
They're just taking
They'll let it go
it,
for
copy
2 or
off
3
of
movies.
the paper. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you do.
Turn it around.
Instead of the paper.
Well, I remember when I first started taking, because I'm a psych major, but I remember when I first started it, would say something like that, but...
There's a term for it too, look it up on the internet.
I'll have to get back to you on that, but I will look it up. I'm not trying to say that that's any reason to judge anybody, no. What I'm just saying is,
Inflammation.
yeah. I still don't agree with judging. That's not what I'm trying to get at.
But I think you're all good, so.
Yeah. Like if you're walking to the street, you look at somebody, they look like they're gonna rob you, you might cross the road, you know, something like that, you know. It is true.
And it could be the guy who's
Yeah.
But I do the same thing, I mean.
All right, you guys go. I'll see you later. I'm not yelling at you guys.
It was definitely a thought-provoking.
Today's
Today's one of those days.
It's our